Texan.
1-2-1-2. Welcome to the After the Bell. DJ's talking WWE. You already see him on screen. My name is Matt. I'm representing Allentown, Pennsylvania. This is David, aka DJ Squirrel, representing Virginia. What up, David?
What's up, brother? I won't even a VIP. It's straight to the front of the line tonight.
Yeah, I know. I just forgot to take you off, but that's okay. So we're recapping SmackDown tonight live from San Jose. As these shows kind of get closer and closer to Mania, you can tell they're stretching some things out, and they're not at the hard-hitting shows that we're typically used to. However, there was a couple really good segments I thought throughout the show. So let's go ahead and break it down. So first segment starts out in the parking lot between Cody Rhodes, and he's basically looking for Pat McAfee. And Nick Aldis sees him, is just like, Cody, I have to tell you, no one is allowed to touch Pat. It's above my pay grade, over my head. You know what that means. And we all know what that means. Actually, before I continue on, you said you saw Aleister Black in the back.
Yeah, he was like
What was
way
it?
up.
Yeah, so what was that?
He know how to do those little Easter eggs.
Oh, okay,
So he
okay.
was, like,
So it wasn't
way
doing anything.
Nah, he was just like lurking,
Gotcha,
doing
gotcha.
Aleister things.
Gotcha. Okay, no worries, no worries. So Cody, he's looking for Pat after last week, wants to talk to him. And then Jelly Roll comes into the frame, and Jelly Roll also is looking for a little smoke. And Nick Aldis just says, "Hey guys, I'm sorry, like you got to keep your hands off." That's his little warning to them, and then we get right into our first little match here, which we get a little actually, take that back. It's not a match. Rhea Ripley gets into the ring to start her promo. She basically calls out Jade Cargill for what she did to Io Sky last week, and then Io Sky's music hits, and she comes out and basically refusing mommy to fight her battles. And she said, "Don't worry, I'll take on Jade tonight. You take her on at WrestleMania." So Nick Aldis makes it official, and our main event tonight is going to be Jade Cargill versus Io Sky. Kind of a surprise. I definitely wasn't expecting that. What did you? First off, were you surprised by the match kind of setup here?
Yeah, a little bit. But you can tell they're just trying to keep Io involved till they figure out what's going on with the Bellas in case they, we got to insert Asuka and Kairi into the tag match.
To the tag, yeah.
So
So the rumor that David's talking about,
one way or another.
Yeah, so the rumor David's talking about is Nikki Bella might not be able to go, so they might need to get a replacement team. I've seen Kyrie and Asuka being floated, and then I saw another tag. Raquel and Roxanne. I saw that being floated
Roxanne,
as well.
they're in concussion.
Now they got Sean. Yes. Well, I gotta imagine they're going to be kind of push that one through. Yeah, they're going to push that one through, even if they're a little cloudy. I feel like they'll still push that one through.
Not anymore. Not BTE. Because they were like, the rumor was like, if Mania would have been this weekend, Liv wouldn't have been fighting.
They wouldn't have been. So, all right. So that's a good question. So let's just assume, Liv can't make it. Who do you think Io might replace to face Stephanie? Like, there really isn't a story, but
yeah,
would it be Raquel maybe? But that's not like really box office, so it's like,
yeah, I think
they would be screwed. They would be screwed.
Yeah, they would.
They would be screwed this close. And I mean, I remember, I think it was last year, right? Like Rey Mysterio got hurt the night before Mania, right?
That's how Phoenix got hurt.
Yeah, yep. So unfortunately, WWE has had to deal with this before. But hopefully Liv, because I'll say through the promos, like when you talk about Rhea and Jade, I feel like through the promos, the steam has kind of gone down. But the opposite has happened for me with Stephanie and Liv, where through the promos, the excitement's been ramping up. So like, I definitely want this to happen. You know what I mean? So hopefully that happens there a little bit. Now, do you feel like Io kind of demanding the match? Do you feel like it makes Rhea look a little weak, like she needs Io to kind of help her. But to me, I think
Yeah.
it's just Io just kind of sticking up for herself. Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you think?
Nah, I mean everybody knows Io. She's tough as hell, so it's her just.
Hell yeah, oh yeah.
She don't want Rhea fighting her battles.
Yeah, we all love EO. We all love EO for sure. All right, awesome. So that will conclude that first little segment there, setting up our Jade and EO
And right
match
on
later
through.
on. D Walker, what's up, brother? How are you, man? So next up, after that, we get Alexa and Bailey. I really like this match here. They had a little, back and forth going, typical kind of thing here. What did you think of the match overall? Any particular thoughts on it?
I mean, solid little match. One little small thing I didn't catch it at first when Alexa was doing her little dance in the middle. That was poking fun of Lyra when she did like a little dance.
Yeah. So,
I didn't
yeah,
catch it at first.
I actually like to, actually, I should have forgot to recap this here. So Alexa steals the win over Bailey with a little help from Charlotte. Charlotte kind of at one point kind of throws her jacket to kind of cause a little distraction there from Bailey. One thing I thought was kind of funny. Yeah, it was Bailey that was doing the chops outside the ring, and
Yeah.
she was doing the woo like, and she was doing Ric Flair's little dance. I don't know. I kind of like that. I thought that was kind of cool there. As far as this matchup go, um, again, they're just kind of keeping that ball rolling for the tag team matches at Mania is basically what they're doing here with this. Any other thoughts on this match?
Yeah.
Just
Maybe a
kind
little.
of it was solid. It wasn't nothing crazy,
And
but it was solid.
Bailey's hometown, so I'm glad she stops.
Oh, yes, that's right. She is from San Jose. So maybe that's why they had the Raw, because she's on
Yeah,
Raw,
I
come
mean,
over.
so well, obviously WrestleMania, the whole Raw SmackDown thing is weird anyway. But just
Yeah.
to kind of, I know you're still the women's tag titles. Whoever holds that, they go with brands. So maybe because this is part of that match, that's why they're doing this, obviously. But
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, man. So pretty solid match there. Then we go backstage for a little segment with Trick Williams and Matt Cardona and Carmelo Hayes. So backstage starts out with Carmelo Hayes and Matt Cardona kind of talking a little bit. Trick and David's favorite rapper, Little Yachty, approaches them. Mello, Mello tells Trick, hey, yeah, I hope you do win at WrestleMania because I'm coming for my title back because the only reason I'm here is because of you. And then Mello kind of walks away from the conversation, and Matt Cardona, I think Trick might have said something to him like, "You got a problem? You got something to say, Matt?" And Matt Cardona says, "Yeah, he's sick of these celebrities walking around acting like they own the place." And Little Yachty responds is just like, "Oh yeah, I think we should beat you up tonight." And Trick Williams is like, "Whoa, hey, hold on." He's like, "Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna fight tonight." And Matt's like, "Perfect, let's do it." And you can tell Trick did not want to do this tonight, but Trick got kind of thrown into it. So we got that tease that we're going to get Matt Cardona and Trick Williams a little bit later on tonight. But our next official match that we have is Jacob and Tama Tonga.
Hold on before
So,
we get too far.
yeah,
Before you
hit
get
me.
too far, like Mello, did you catch him? I think his knee injury is legit.
I
The
wasn't
way they're
sure,
putting it off.
yeah, I'm not sure. He was kind of favoring it in the promo, but again, I don't know if that's a work too, because
We
remember
never
when
did.
he did get hurt, he did finish out the match. You know what I mean? But again, he could still legitimately be hurt. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it could be kayfabe, could be a little, we'll see.
And you notice?
So
Did you notice Yachty's shirt?
yes, I
With,
was actually about to. I was going to get to that when we get to the actual match, but yeah, he has a gingerbread shirt there for the gingerbread man that they call Sami Zayn. So Sammy actually referenced that too a little bit later on. But our next segment, Solo basically forces Tama to fight Jacob backstage. And the funny thing about this match is it wasn't so much about Tama and Jacob, which I kind of had an inkling that's how it was going to go down. So basically the match itself was pretty good. I didn't
So,
really think it
yeah,
was.
we're not to the match
Go
yet.
ahead.
Though. I said we're not at the match yet. That was just a segment leading to it.
Oh yes. That's right. Yeah, I don't want to jump too far ahead. Sorry, I'm out of sorts tonight. I have a lot of
Yeah,
stuff going
you
on over
got
here.
wedding on the brain.
Yeah, I got wedding. We're in wedding season. So that was the whole setup for the match a little bit later on between Jacob and Tama. So then our next match, there we go. Royce Keys. So Royce Keys comes out. His first match, well, second, I guess. His debut was at the Rumble over there, but we haven't really seen him too much since then. So he comes out against Berto from Los Garzas. This was basically a showcase style match for Royce. This is just propping Royce up, uses his power. Berto gets minimal offense kind of in there. Royce really controlled the pace pretty much the entire match. Ends up pinning Berto clean. Cool thing about this is, it finally gets him on the WWE Universe radar, I guess you could kind of say. Like, okay, now this guy's fighting and we can get some matches rolling with him. I'm sure we'll get some Royce and Oba in the future and, him going against the big guys. I'm sure that's down the line. So it's nice to see him finally being utilized other than just on, dumb stuff like main event. Not that main event's dumb. I enjoy main event. I enjoy it. But so Royce Keys, how did you feel about his debut? Strong first impression with you. I know you've watched him a little bit at AEW too as well, right?
Yeah, I mean he looked solid. Same thing. Like I do like what makes you wonder. Part of it was by design to kind of wait when he knew. So the rumor was this was kind of him wanting himself. He wanted to get acclimated to be a little bit more because I mean, obviously, there's a big difference between AEW and the big leagues. So, and I guess they feel like, oh, we're going to be in this hometown. Let's just wait. So, yeah, I couldn't tell. I thought the pop would have been a little bit bigger for him since it's his hometown. But
And that actually goes to my point. That goes to my point when I text you. Actually, I was like, just not feeling his music. I'm not feeling like I heard this little like country riff, and I was like, "Is Jelly Roll coming out?" I was like, "What is this?" Because I know it was the same music as Rumble, but I didn't really remember it. You did though. Yeah, I feel like the music just he needs something like a Oba or a Trick, like a boom 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 boom. You know what I mean? Like something like, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm here." You know what I mean? And it was just it just doesn't work for me. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
yeah, I mean, they got some work to do with him. Figure
Yeah.
get his identity.
Yeah,
So,
for
I
sure, for
mean,
sure.
he reminds me of got that Mark Henry vibe a little bit in the ring.
Yeah. So do you think they're gonna play the same playbook that they did kind of with Oba, where like, okay, he faces Birdo, and then his next match will be like versus the Miz, and then it'll be versus
Yeah,
Tozawa. You know what I mean? Like just have him squash a bunch of people. Do you
yeah.
think that's kind of the where we're going with it?
Typical, not I mean WWE, just pro wrestling way.
It is because Los Garzas and Birdo did not stand a chance. That's for sure. So no chance
Big
at all
props.
there.
They took
So
he
then
took the meeting.
he did. So Royce ends up winning. So cool. Shout out to him finally getting on there and getting that win. So big stuff for him. Next up, we go backstage once again. This time, Jelly Roll confronts Pat McAfee. Tension kind of escalates here. So Pat McAfee pulls into the arena in his Ford truck.
Dodge Ram. Got to
Nice
get it
little
straight.
plug there. No. It was a Ford. It was a Ford
No,
F-150.
Dodge Ram. They're the
No, it was
sponsor.
a Ford.
I promise you, it was a
No,
Dodge.
Ford,
I
brother.
own a Ford.
Ah,
And
all right.
Ram,
I don't know the
Ram,
pickup truck.
no, Ram is a sponsor too of Mania. It was the big
Oh,
logo on the
okay.
center.
Okay. Oh, you're right. All right. So, I don't know my pickup trucks, I admit. So backstage, Pat pulls up in the pickup truck. Nick Aldis approaches Pat, and Pat asks if Nick told everyone that they're not allowed to touch him. And Nick confirms. He says, yes, I told everyone. And then, you have something to say?
No, I was going to say one little small thing he said that he caught on that one that anybody that works for WWE couldn't touch him.
Oh, yes, can't touch him. Yep, can't touch him. Right. And Pat's just leading into the heel. He's a good heel, man. He's making fun of Nick Aldis's accent and all that kind of good stuff. Then Jelly Roll enters the frame and kind of asks Pat if he told Randy Orton to RKO him. Pat says, "No, but Jelly, you shouldn't have been in there. You don't belong here." And then Jelly's just like, "Well, you don't belong here either, man." And Pat's just like, "Hey, man, you just need to kind of leave this alone." And Jelly Roll kind of gets frustrated and shoves Pat. And I was like, "Okay, all right, Jelly Roll." I kind of feel like this is basically leading up to Cody and Jelly Roll versus Pat and Randy. It's just I think we even talked about this last Friday that it might be kind of going down this little road because why else are they keeping Jelly Roll involved if this isn't the case? So what did you think about this quick little backstage segment here?
Just pretty much confirming what we were all fearing.
Yeah. Yep.
That
Yep.
we
Yep.
have
So, and they
more
don't need it.
celebrities
Like
involved.
we kind of talked about it.
Yeah,
They just don't need it. Like
you
that's the problem. Like
you got a 20-year
but one
history.
thing.
Orton and Rhodes. That's self. Pat didn't need to be in there. No, I respect the hell out of both of them, the guys, but no.
I will say though that and I mentioned it to you. I do feel like WWE did their job though because they wanted people to not want Randy Orton to win and want Cody Rhodes to win. And before Pat got involved, that was a pretty tall task, and I didn't know how they were going to get there, to be honest with you, because even though Randy was beating the shit out of Cody, everyone still cheered Randy like, "Yeah, we love it, we love it." Tonight was a different story. Tonight was definitely a different story where you could see the shift in the crowd, which we'll talk about coming up here too. But real quick, they went to commercial break, but before they did that, little quick segment where Royce Keys being interviewed by Kathy, and then Solo kind of steps up in the frame, and just a little nugget. Solo just said, "Hey, I run SmackDown. If you need anything, you let me know." I don't know what to make of that.
Well, you got to
I
think.
mean, I hope.
Well, so I don't know if you called it Fatu, like no holds, Samoan, like the Usos, Rikishi, all of them are from San Francisco too, so that area. So you got a little history somewhere with Solo and Royce.
So
being
you
from
think
the
they
same area. So.
might go with that angle and be like, Royce is a Samoan, but he's from our hood. Like, I don't know. It'd be kind of weird. I don't know, but it is interesting though to
Sounds
see
like
where that
Vince
kind of
McMahon.
goes. Honestly, honestly, my first takeaway from it, not that he would like join the MFT, but my first takeaway was, okay, maybe Royce faces Solo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was my first kind of thinking. Yeah, that was my first kind of thinking. I was just like, okay, I can see maybe not Solo first. Of course, he'll drag it out, and he'll throw Tom out there again or somewhere. Maybe JC or actually JC. That wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't mind to see that. JC and Royce. That would be cool. That would be cool.
I mean, they were in AEW together for like a short period, so I don't remember or stood out that they fought each other. But.
Yeah. But yeah, so then we get to the official promo from Pat McAfee. Everyone's kind of waiting for it after the week. Pat comes into the ring, and man, you said you text me. You're just like, man, Triple H must be loving all these middle fingers Pat's throwing all over the place because he was flipping off that crowd pretty heavy. When it comes to a heel,
they were trying. They were trying to cut the cameras.
Yes, yeah. They were trying. They even like when he would stick them up, they like quick like shifted it so you couldn't see the fingers. I noticed all of that too. But yeah, Pat gets in the ring, calls CM Punk a fraud, because he's talking about he's all for the business, and at the same time he's wearing shirts that they're selling over at the merch stand. Just kind of going with this whole kind of angle. One thing though, man, like I said, Pat's a hell of a heel because he was getting massive boos from the crowd. Like they were booing the shit out of him. And Pat was basically just continued his taking shots at wrestling, and wrestling sucks. But hey, guess what? Wrestling sucks, but you should go to WrestleMania because I'm going to give you 25% off. I was like,
Just not, yeah.
I was
But
like,
then he,
I'm like, you're telling us how terrible WrestleMania is going to be. Then you're like, and guess what? You could get tickets now for 25% off. Like, what?
yeah, that's the part where he went and said that he talked with his friend at Ram Trucks to
Yeah.
donate some money.
I'm like,
But then
what?
did you catch the little small thing? He's like, oh, just buy for Saturday because it's just for Saturday night tickets.
It's
He's like, oh,
just
you
for
don't want,
Saturday. It is. It's just for
and
Saturday.
that's the night Orton and Cody are fighting. But he's like, oh,
Yep.
basically then he shitted all night too. I'm like, yeah, that's a good way to sell tickets.
This angle is really confusing. Yeah, this angle is really confusing to me because, you know, we're DJs and this is DJs talking WWE, and if I'm mixing and I'm doing a mix and God forbid I have a train wreck and it just sounds awful, I don't get on the mic and go, "Oh man, that really sucked." But you know what? You guys should definitely buy more drinks at the bar right now. Like, why are you pointing this out? Like, why are you pointing this out? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, what the hell is this? Right? Like, that's a good comparison. Like, I would never call out or or you're doing like introductions for someone's wedding and you like screw up their name and they're like, "Whoa, sorry, I just screwed up their name, everybody. Let me try that again." And people are like, "The fuck?" Like, like, yeah, I don't know what this whole angle is with everything, but let me finish out the segment here. So after Pat gives out the promo code for everyone to buy tickets, Cody Rhodes comes out to interrupt, which we were fully expecting. We knew Cody was in the building there. Cody basically does this thing of telling Pat he doesn't belong here, and Cody, I like the one part where Cody said, people can't always agree on stuff, especially in these times. But one thing we can all agree on is we don't want to see Pat at WrestleMania. And everyone kind of cheered for that. So I thought that was cool. And then Cody ends his little thing with "Go home, Pat." And then the whole crowd is chanting "Go home, Pat," which I thought was hilarious. I love that. But Pat says he is home and he belongs in this business because he wasn't born into this business like Cody was. Taking some more shots there a little bit. Pat said, and he said this before too, but he reiterates it, that if Randy doesn't win, Pat will disappear from the WWE and no one will see him in that business ever again. Crowd just keeps chanting, "Go home, Pat." Pat's flipping off the crowd more. And then, Cody had a thing where he says, "Why don't you take off your glasses, or are you too high?" And he goes, "What, do you need to go to sleep? You're too tired? We'll bring Gunther out here to put you back to sleep." I was like, damn, Cody's shooting from the hip. Yeah, he was getting some in there, man. I was feeling it. And then as Cody's leaving the ring, Pat's firing some more shots at him, referencing Stardust and sucking Triple H's ass. So yeah. But Cody gets angry, starts removing his suit, he's taking the 3-piece layers off and stuff. And then as he gets back up on the apron to go back into the ring, we see on the video board Randy Orton appears on there. He's like, "Whoa, hold on. I got something you want to see here." And it shows him standing over a laid out Jelly Roll in the back. And then Randy basically drags Jelly Roll from backstage out into the arena and kind of leaves him on the ramp and goes back to Gorilla. And Cody kind of goes up to him, check on Jelly Roll. Pat exits the ring, and then when Cody sees that, they kind of have a little, like, he turns and he kind of has a little face-to-face, and then that's when Randy comes back out from Gorilla, starts blindsiding them, beating them down. Randy and Pat just beating down Cody nonstop. Jelly Roll gets up, walks towards the ring, gets up on the apron, and Pat sees this and walks towards him, and Jelly Roll actually grabs Pat by the throat, but then Randy just knocks him right off the apron. So nothing. I was like, oh shit, is Jelly Roll about to choke slam Pat? No, he just gets knocked off. So, but yeah, Orton and Pat continue beating down Cody. Segment ends with them standing tall, saying they're going to save the business. You seen the new shirt there, the saving the business one RKO at a time or something like that. So, but yeah, so this segment, is Pat McAfee now the most hated heel in WWE?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I really did.
He's up there. He's up there.
He is up there. People are not loving this right now. What did you think of the segment overall?
I mean, kind of what we expected. Pat coming out running his mouth. I mean, Cody showed some more. I mean, Cody can be ruthless on the mic. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Whenever that day comes that we get heel Cody, he is going to verbally abuse a lot of people. Like you have that side of him is brutal.
I'm actually glad you brought that up as far as when we get heel Cody. So with this new direction with Pat McAfee, and now people are cheering for Cody because they want Cody to win now. Does this delay the heel turn? Because I really thought Mania was going to be the turn. I thought Cody was going to turn at Mania. And he still could. But
yeah, I think they're trying to put it off as long as they can, just because he is the face. That's part of why they do Cena. Who's going to step up and be that person? They don't have nobody really right now. Punk's good, but he's not a kid person.
Kids ain't loving him. Man.
So, I mean,
yeah. They're definitely delaying it. Because I thought it was coming real soon, but
I kind of like you teased earlier. Yeah, we're gonna get this. It's even more Pat making that promise. Obviously, that means we're going to win, and unfortunately, we're gonna get Cody and Jelly against Orton and Pat.
I agree. I do think Randy will win this one. Yeah, D Walker, I see what you're saying there. I do think Randy wins this one. However, it wouldn't completely surprise me if Cody won. And the reason being is because with Pat's schedule and him kind of stepping away from the announcement, now he's a heel, but there was a lot of people, myself included, that like him on commentary. And I actually wanted him back on commentary. But I think this might be Pat's way of kind of getting out of the WWE clear.
Yeah, but I don't think he's between that partnership with ESPN, and then now if his show ends up going to Netflix, they're not going to permanently burn that bridge on camera or storylines.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say it wouldn't be a burning of the bridge.
But I mean, you can't go and say, "Hey, I'm never going to show back up again." You're not supposed to show back up again. I mean, plain and simple. Right. I think it's too much money on the long run somewhere. Much promo material. I mean, Pat really, he's got his other show, but his schedule doesn't get crazy. I guess crazy for him, college football, and we still got a few months for that.
Yeah, man. We'll see where this goes. I mean, it's definitely, like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if Cody won. I do think Randy's winning though, because I actually think WWE will have him surpass Cena's record. I do think they're working towards that.
Yeah. If he stays healthy, I wouldn't be surprised.
And honestly, I don't think any wrestling fans would have any problem with it, even as much as we love Cena. Like, I don't think anyone would really have a problem with it and be like, yeah, you know what? He deserves it, man. Like,
a cool little moment to think about this. Orton was over in Saudi doing a promo tour. He was not at Cena's last match. So that's still kind of
fair.
Open. So,
and shout out to John Cena. Like I text you, John Cena getting the bag for hosting Mania, probably gonna speak for 5 minutes and get $5 million. So better him than Cardi B though at SummerSlam. So I'm all good with that.
That's them trying to sell tickets.
Yep. I don't know if it's gonna work, but maybe 25% off will work. So next we get the match that I started to go into a little too early there with well, actually, let me set this up first. So before this match, we get a little quick segment with Kit and Miz backstage. basically setting up Kit and Danhausen wrestling tonight.
Well,
We're actually going to see Danhausen wrestle tonight, which is crazy.
I like how Aldis spun it though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Angler, the referee. You know, like what was that? Yada yada yada.
Oh yeah, right. The Dan.
That's how Aldis worked the Dan in there. He's like,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Dan. So
Danhausen. I love it. So next we get Jacob Fatu versus Tama Tonga. However you see the graphic there, this was not the highlight of the night. So it was a hard-hitting match. You know, I like Tama. You know, I think he does really solid in the ring. And Fatu is always good, man. I always appreciate watching Jacob Fatu, but he gets the pin on Tama Tonga clean. And then he grabs the mic, and I think all he got out was Yararamin. And then Drew McIntyre storms the ring, blindsides him, and then the beatdown ensues. Drew knocks Jacob out. He's got some chains and handcuffs that he doesn't know how to handcuff properly, so Jacob keeps getting out of them. It reminded me of a SummerSlam with Lyra and Becky. Remember how she had like the ties? Remember that? So it reminded me of that. I'm like, Jacob's out of the handcuffs again. Like, all right. So, but Drew, you know, he actually busted Jacob open a little bit. He ties him to the ring post with the cuffs, and you know, it was just a brutal attack. And this is definitely, my money's on, even more than probably Brock and Oba. My money's on this one being the most violent match of WrestleMania, because this is going to get dirty. This is going to get grimy. Unsanctioned. Yeah, it's unsanctioned, and only the second one. What was the first one? Actually, I want to ask you that, David. It's only the second time this is the unsanctioned match in WrestleMania. Yeah,
I don't remember.
At Mania. I have to look that up. I've been watching all the old stuff, man. Yeah, I've been watching all the old stuff, man. I actually just watched Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, the hour-long match. Then they had like the overtime. That was crazy. I was like an hour. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Man, them old wrestlers, man, they was getting it in back then. But let's get back to this 2026 here, even though Pat McAfee says wrestling sucks in 2026. Did this brutal beatdown of Jacob and Drew and all that, did this segment kind of get you hyper for the Mania matchup?
I mean, about the same. I mean, we know they're going to beat the shit out of each other. It makes you wonder, you actually saw Drew running in from the crowd. It was Jacob in the wrong camera angle spot? Because you actually saw him come through the crowd.
Didn't even think about that. You did. Oh, and I actually forgot. At one point, Drew actually takes off his belt, not like title belt, but his belt, and actually starts whipping Jacob. I'm like, damn, like it's really going in. I mean, yeah, wrestling's fake, but trust me, Jacob felt that. That was all real. That was all real there. So then after that, we get a pretty funny. Actually, did you want to speak any more on this match?
Yes, I found out what's your other unsanctioned at Mania.
Hit me.
Was Seth Rollins and Triple H at Mania 33.
Oh, see, I'm not up there yet. Okay.
That was when they were playing off because Rollins was not cleared for his knee injury. Rollins has some injuries over the years.
Yeah, apparently so. So anything else you want to touch on with the little beatdown here of Fatu? Nah. So next we go backstage with a really funny segment between R-Truth and Danhausen. I mean, those two on camera. You saw the look on Damian Priest's face when he kind of walks in. He's just like,
the hell?
Wait a minute. Do I want to know what's going on here? So R-Truth was explaining to Danhausen how to use the ESPN app to watch WrestleMania. He also should have told him the tickets are only 25% off because Danhausen doesn't have a match. So if he wants to be involved, he can get tickets a little bit cheaper. Thank you, Pat McAfee. So Priest comes in for a little banter there, but the real standout point of this segment actually didn't involve any of these people. Just real quickly, you see B-Fab coming in and getting hit, and Rhea basically knocks her out. And we start to realize that Rhea's on a mission before Io's match with Jade to take out Jade's lackeys, so to speak. So we just get that quick little segment there with that. So then after that, we get a promo from what used to be everyone's favorite favorite guy, Sami Zayn. And boy, does he come out with some boos. I mean, they are booing the shit out of Sami. Sammy even acknowledged the booze. He's like, oh, I think he said that's interesting or something like that, or that's an interesting reaction or something. Yeah, I think he said something like that. But yeah, Sammy goes on his rant, saying, he tries to do right by the business, so to speak. He defends himself as a champion. He's just like, what did I do wrong? That's getting me booed, And we're all like, yeah, you took it away from Mello. You should have took it away from Mello. That's what you did wrong, Sammy. So Trick Williams' music hits as Sammy's talking. Of course, we already knew that was going to come. And then I just saw Trick on the platform. I'm like, oh, this is dope. No Little Yachty, but nope. Little Yachty comes out as soon as the turn's over. Yachty has his gingerbread man t-shirt on, so a little dig at Sammy there. And Trick basically just tells Sammy he's going to beat him down at WrestleMania. Sammy responds, telling Trick that, hey man, you could talk, you look good, and you got the swagger. I'll give you all of that, but you ain't never been in the ring with a champ before, and I'm going to show you how it goes. I'm trying to think. I don't think Little Yachty said anything of any relevance, and if he did, his voice was so high it kind of pierced through my ears. Anyway, who has a more annoying voice, Tiffany or Little Yachty?
Yachty, because like I told you, at least we can look at Tiffany.
That's true. That is true. This segment kind of ends with Matt Cardona's music because again, Matt Cardona has the match going on with Trick tonight. So Cardona comes out. This match itself was okay. I kind of feel like Matt's kind of getting the short end of the stick. He's not getting very many wins, and it's just kind of unfortunate. And I really like Matt Cardona, but I kind of feel he's fallen into the what's the word I'm looking for? Like squash territory, where it's just like, yeah, like we're just going to use you to build these guys up, but you're never going to get up. So that's kind of the thing I'm kind of worried about him. So this match, Little Yachty's ringside. Match starts with some competitive back and forth. Cardona definitely, gets some solid offense in on Trick, but Trick fights back, man. He's super athletic and can make it happen. Sammy's still outside as well, and he kind of has a little verbal exchange with Little Yachty outside of the ring, and actually gives him a haluva kick. So Little Yachty ends up kind of getting. I know you cheered for that, David. I know you cheered. I see it in your eyes. I know you cheered for that. The hell yeah! So the referee's attention gets a little split there between it. So Cardona briefly gains an advantage, but Trick capitalizes on the distraction, pins Cardona, giving the win. What'd you feel about the match? Did Sammy's interference kind of backfire and end up helping Trick? What'd you think of the match?
I mean, honestly, back what I expected. So,
yeah,
I did once Sammy Louvo Yachty distracted Trick. I was like, oh crap, are we gonna get like a little upset for a second when he did that roll up?
Yeah, right.
So, but
I was hoping.
I'm still curious. I still think a complete double turn because Sammy was showing his heel coming out tonight.
That is still very much on the table. Yeah, I think that's still. I think the double turn's definitely on the table.
Trick, especially now, but he made Trick think. He's like, "Oh, you only been here for, 6 months of that? Do they love you? No, they might like you. You're the new crush, but time will tell." And that it shook Trick a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, how do you feel? I kind of touched on it just a little bit here. How do you feel about how Matt Cardona is being used right now?
But pretty much like you said, he's going to be the build-up talent. I think obviously he's happy being back because his little interview with Cody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Unless they flew him to get a little hillside out of him and partner him with Chelsea. I could get a little push.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy.
I
He's on
don't
TV.
really see it.
You know, the thing is,
Yeah.
we have to realize he's on TV, right? Like, there's a lot of wrestlers that are really struggling to get airtime, and he's on almost every SmackDown. Like, at least at some point, he's there. So, you know, he's getting the work, man. So he can't be too upset. But yeah, I do kind of want to see him win a little bit, like just a little bit, you know. But what are you gonna say?
No, I agree. I mean, what he was hinting at his little WrestleMania moment when he won the Intercontinental title in the ladder match and goes and loses it the next night. But
yeah, right.
he
I heard about
got
that,
his
but
moment.
Yep. So our next little thing that we get here is a quick backstage segment with Jade finding Michin all beat up from Rhea. So again, Rhea's on the warpath, making sure she's taking out all of the lackeys, so Io won't have any problems with Jade. Then we get good point there, D Walker. He says Matt's been waiting so long, he probably doesn't care. So then we get match of the night. Danhausen Kit. It was funny, man. And you know, I'll say it was funny, which we expect totally, right? However, surprisingly competitive and entertaining for me anyway. I was like, okay, like, so you've seen Danhausen wrestle before, right? Right, Dave?
Yeah, it was kind of like a little comedy.
Okay.
I mean, obviously he's got some kind of skills.
Yeah, so this is my first exposure, as I'm sure a lot of WWE universe is our first exposure to actually watching him in the ring, and he actually showed more wrestling ability than I thought. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, like he has some cool moves, and you're showing the athleticism. You know, Kit, we do already know he's pretty athletic as well, and I think the fact that Danhausen looked, I won't say amazing, but looked good, especially against someone like Kit Wilson. Like Kit isn't a one of these Cody Rhodes where they can kind of carry you through a match and make you look really good. You know what I mean? So I think it means a little bit more that Danhausen looked good going against Kit. What did you think? What did you think about that?
I mean, it was a time filler, but it was comedic. Fans
Yeah,
were into it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the fact that he double cursed him and the power went off.
I was just about to say. I was just about to talk about it. So Kit climbs up on the rope on the corner there, and Dan curses him again, and as he's cursing him, a pyro accident happens, and a little poof of pyro comes up as Kit's standing up there. So that gives the distraction there. And hey, man, Danhausen rolls up Kit, gets the pin. Danhausen gets his first win.
I mean, props to
Now,
Miz. Like props to Miz during that camera, like he's like looking like, what the hell just happened?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, another thing, we'll give Miz another credit real quick too. He thought Kit was rolling out of the ring. But when Danhausen reversed something, he thought it was Kit that came around him with his arm around him celebrating. And
yeah. That was great too.
old Shawn
Yeah,
Michaels,
you know, Miz had his arm around who he thought was Kit Wilson, talking smack, celebrating, but it was actually Danhausen, so that was great too. But when they announced this match, I'll tell you my first thoughts. My first thought was, oh, okay. So if Kit Wilson wins, is the curse removed? That's where I thought they were going to go with it. That's where I thought I wasn't expecting Danhausen to win. That's where I kind of thought they were going with it, but you know, that was just my idea. I don't know. What do you think about the segment and Danhausen winning? You know, his first match and he wins.
yeah, you got to win. I mean, the dude is the top merch seller in the company.
They finally got him in the ring after
Yeah. Did
being
you
on every
see
single show the last couple weeks.
Kit Wilson actually called him out on social media like yesterday,
Oh, I don't
like
think I've seen that.
pitching the
Oh, I
idea
don't think
of
I've seen that.
him and Miz against Danhausen at Mania in a handicap match.
Oh, I don't think
I'll be okay with that.
I mean, there's room on the card for one more. We think, right? We
Yeah, I
think there's
mean,
one room
couple
on the
more,
card for one more
couple more.
because
Yeah,
it's 7 on one night and 6 on the other. So still got
yeah, and
room for
then
one more
yeah,
at
I guess
least.
it all depends on the whole. It goes back to the Nikki Bella thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling anyway that there's going to be a seventh match on that night, regardless. Like
Yeah.
it'll be something. Something will come up, even if it has to be literally the night before, like with not night, but the SmackDown before. Even if it's next week's SmackDown, they'll find something, for that. My question to you, Kit, is he kind of being hurt by just constantly losing every single time? Like he's just
Nah, I don't think so. He's getting out. He's getting a comedic session. Like fans love him too.
they do.
I
They
mean,
do.
he's getting over. I mean, Miz, we've talked about before, just so underrated. What
Yeah,
he's
man.
what he's done. I mean, Miz is
And
gold
I
too.
know I had text you about it too, and it was a great comparison. And I can't remember where I heard this on one of the shows. I can't remember which one, so my apologies. But when talking about Ethan Page over at NXT, they were like, "Man, he's ready to move up, and he could literally be the next Miz." And I thought that was like the perfect comparison. Like Ethan would fit in that role right away, like perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could definitely see. I just wanted to kind of throw that little nugget out there before we continue on. So our main
Oh,
event,
we forgot the one
you
little
get
thing in the match.
oh hit me, hit
Danhausen
me.
was celebrating, and you see the Miz sneaking up at like he was going to attack
Oh,
him,
it
and the lights away.
disappeared. Yeah, yeah, same thing that happened last week. The lights go out. I love that. That's his exit. The lights go out. He runs away, but you still see him running away
You still
eventually.
see him
So
running. They
you
didn't
still
show him
see
the
him
wrong
running.
way this time. That's usually the best part
He didn't go the wrong. Yeah.
that we know of.
So our main, yeah, right. So our main event, we get Jade versus Io. Uh, you know, this is definitely WrestleMania match worthy kind of main event here. You know what I mean? I love Io, and Io is one of those women that I was talking about, where like those wrestlers that can kind of help carry somebody that might not be as strong in the ring. And I think that really showed tonight because I think this is the best Jade's looked in a while, in my personal opinion. Um, and I think that's mainly a credit to Io. You know what I mean? I'm sure Jade's been working hard too, but Io's just amazing in the ring. So it was competitive back and forth. Io, she always got that speed, so she'll always get that. But Jade, she's got that power. Even at one point, really lifting Io up over her head, and I was like, and the whole crowd was like, "Oh shit!" But Io was able to reverse it, so it was all good. But closing sequence sees Jade overpower Io, gets the pin on Io clean. And then after the match, Jade pretty much right away exits the ring and starts to grab a steel chair to go back into the ring. And then when she does that, Rhea's music hits to kind of run in and save Io. Nothing really happened from there. Jade kind of backs off, kind of goes and leaves, and just kind of talking a little bit there with that. Um, how did you feel about this match? I said it's the best. I feel like, yeah, D Walker agrees with me. Look good tonight, but Io can make a pillow look good. Yeah, Io can really help. But you know what? Honestly, and like I said, this is the best she's looked because she's with Io. This actually gives me a lot of hope for WrestleMania because Rhea's another one that can really carry somebody.
Mhm.
So it gives me a lot of hope for Mania. And I think, David, you even talked about that you think this match is going to be better than people may think.
Yeah, yeah. Just because
So you want, yeah, go ahead,
we're
talk
gonna
about it.
find out how good Rhea is with that. So, I mean, the match,
Yes. Yeah.
like you said, better than I thought. I was a little surprised. It was on Io. I figured still would have been some kind of little cheap shot or
Shenanigan.
something like that. Yeah, yeah. My little shenanigan. I'm a trademark that. Who was it? Michael Cole used it the other night. I was like, "You taking my term?" But
They're watching the show.
yeah, could be. What's
but
up, Cole?
but yeah, so So this was, like I said, it's best Jade's look. So hopefully this leads to some good stuff for Mania. Definitely looking forward to it. So overall show, if I had to give it a rating, overall show, I'd say about a 7-1. Little bit better than I thought, but nothing crazy. Oh, yours is going to be lower. What you got, David?
Maybe 6.5 max. I mean, smack
6.5. Okay.
max.
See, I think the things I loved so much that kind of pushed it up a little bit. With that, because
It just
I really good.
it just feels like SmackDown's in a funk. It's like a
They
big
are.
difference between those two shows right now.
There is for sure because SmackDown. I mean, Raw has still been knocking it out of the park. Like I will. I should back that off a little bit. Maybe not knocking it out of the park, but giving really good shows. Giving really good shows, and then SmackDown's kind of like. Actually, this is a good comparison. Raw gives us really good shows right now. SmackDown gives us really good segments. The whole show is not overall great, but you'll get a couple pops with, the McAfee stuff and some really entertaining stuff on that end. Um, but yeah. So D Walker said they've been having record low ratings. Honestly, I only heard that from Pat McAfee's promo, so I don't know how true it is. I could tell you though that Raw from Monday was the number one show on Monday and Tuesday. So Raw's at least doing well.
Yeah, Raw's
So
definitely
we're getting
dominating.
but we're getting closer to Mania. You know what I mean? So like this kind of stuff is, uh, it's kind of funny because the reason I'm hesitating is because I was kind of like, man, we got to get this Mania card together. We got to get this Mania card together. Like they're slacking. Like let's go. And then when we finally got it together, now I feel like they did it too soon, and we have too much filler. You know what I mean? Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have built it up that quickly. You know what I mean? So that's just my personal feeling. I feel like I'm kind of regretting wishing that they would speed it up because when they did, now I feel like, all right, we'll get Oba and Brock, but this time Brock will come out without a shirt, and then the next time we'll sign the contract, and then
That
you know
never
what I
got
mean.
signed.
So it's like that still never got signed. So guess what? On Monday they're gonna try to sign the contract again. You know what I mean? Like it's just that little stuff where it's like, all right, we get it. We know where we're going. Like, and to Pat's, maybe that's why Pat thinks WWE sucks right now. I don't know. But yeah, so what was your favorite segment of the night? For me, it's probably Danhausen and Kit, just because it was funny.
That's where I was going with it.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I was gonna say just because it was funny.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I text
although
you
yeah.
did you? I text you, but R-Truth and Damien, I guess, have a tag name now. Oh, Wepa Up,
Oh,
because their
what is it?
T-shirt.
What is it?
Wepa, how
Oh, Wepa,
Damien,
Wepa,
yeah,
Wepa, Wepa,
Wepa Up.
Wepa. Yeah, that's a Puerto Rican. Yeah. That's a Puerto Rican
So
term. Wepa up. I love that. If that is their name, that's hilarious. I love that. So,
because
oh, and I also love the little.
Truth always goes, "What's up?"
I love the little. That is true. That is true. I didn't even think about that. I love the little segment though when he was explaining the ESPN app to Danhausen. When Damien came, he was just like, "Oh, Danhausen now. It's not Oscar." He goes, "Yeah, man, that's Danhausen." He's just like,
He
well,
pulled,
you said last week it was Oscar. You go, no, I never said that. Like, I would never say that.
he pulled a Cena. Remember when Cena turned back face and they had their first interaction since their little feud, like mini feud, when Cena was a heel,
Oh, right.
and Cena was on to say,
Right.
"Man, you've been acting weird like the last 6 months, just trying to
Yep. Oh, I love it. I love it. Definitely though, when it comes to promos and segments, definitely the McAfee got the most reaction from the crowd with the "Go Home Pat" chants and the involvement with Jelly Roll. I still don't know how I feel about that. I don't like it. Actually, I do know how I feel about it. I don't like it. I don't. We don't need Jelly Roll or Pat, and I'm a Pat fan. We don't really need them for this.
I mean, and I'll take this. I'll give this to the celebrities, like Jelly. We know he's been a fan. Same with Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Yachty.
Yachty too. Yeah.
I respect the shit out of, like, hey, they're getting. If we were in that shoes, hell, we'll be jumping with opportunity. So I
and they're putting mad work in too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're putting the work in too, man.
And then today it's not they're getting inserted.
Right.
So
because a lot of times you're only as good as the stories, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've heard McAfee actually turned, like I said, McAfee turned it down at first. It's a rumor. So,
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I guess they had them scrambling for a little bit, and then I guess they Ari or whatever, the president or whatever, the TKO
his
guy,
agent.
talked him into it. Yeah, his agent.
Yeah,
just a whole big surprise. I'm still trying to figure out what his big surprise. I laughed at your text. Those 25% off was his big announcement.
Like, I guess that's it. I guess the big announcement is, hey, WWE sucks, but if you want to go see it, you can get 25% off. Is 25% off enough if you think WWE sucks? Probably not, but
it goes back. I mean, because not to go down this rabbit hole. I think it was Busted Open. I heard earlier. Bubba was talking. Would they be having these ticket issues if they would have left it in New Orleans? Nope. But then it was interesting. I didn't even catch it till I sent you that little picture that Mania was supposed to be going on this weekend originally when it was there. I didn't even catch it. They put.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a couple. That could be on the Vegas end where they had something going on. You know what I mean? That could be a multitude of reasons. I think, TKO taking over and stuff. They're definitely about making money. I mean, I own a business. I'm about making money as well. However, you do need to have that line of short money versus long-term money. So, like, yes, they got paid more to keep it in Vegas, but long-term, they're realizing they screwed a lot of shit up. So that extra, I don't know, $5 million. I don't know what they gave them, but that extra $5 million or whatever really isn't worth it if you don't have the ticket sales to back it up. And D Walker, I actually have a question for you because I believe you said you went to Mania last year and you're going this year again. So I heard that the ticket prices were damn near double of last year. Is that your experience, D Walker? I remember you did tell us what you paid, but I don't think we talked about what you paid the year prior. Is it about double? I'm just kind of curious on that. Because, man, that's a lot for people, man. Like, I was talking to, my friends about, all the costs going up and, they have families and kids and stuff. And, man, that's hard, man. It's hard out there. So, people are struggling to make ends meet. And then you're like, hey, remember Mania, how fun that was last year? Well, now we're charging double. Come back. And it's like, damn, man, like, I can't afford this right now. Like, it's tough. And then, like, even if you want to watch it, you have to jump through these hoops now with the ESPN app. And, like, I don't mind apps, but I do mind apps that are super complicated. So, yeah, damn near double, D Walker. So he said he paid $5K last year for 3, and this year it's $8K. Damn, man, like, that's crazy. Like, yeah, they need to change something. And the funny thing is with the WWE, right? Like, they could say this is all a setup. They could say, oh, yeah, we came in with the high prices because we had this whole storyline with Pat, and he's going to lower the prices and Punk. Because I bet you what's going to happen on Monday, if tickets still aren't moving, I bet you Punk goes out there and it's just like, oh, you're giving a promo code on Saturday? I'm giving a promo code on Sunday.
Watch. I think I saw it was like 40,000 each night sold.
Yeah, but doesn't that stadium hold like 70,000?
Yeah, I mean 40,000.
Yeah, so it's like half. That's half, bro.
40,000 is a lot of people, but
it's half of the stadium.
Like the last few Manias going up have been 80 to 100.
Hell yeah, dude. It was packed last year. It was packed last year at Mania.
And they're doing the better seats though, 6 rows up from the floor.
So you're expecting so maybe not double, but like maybe 1.5 times of price if that's the case with better seats. But still, man, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Things they're doing. I mean, like these experiences. I think I saw it was like $100 to get in WWE World.
Yeah.
Meet and greet. I mean, if you saw what Cody is, he said seats around 60K at the stadium. So,
so that's time like 20,000 open seats.
Well, you got to think that's for a football game, and then the time you put a stage but you put stuff on the field.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, you got to remember. Yeah, but you got to remember the football game. That whole field is blocked off at a football game.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania, they have the ring set up, and then they have seats around there, so they can actually hold more than the 60,000. So it probably is closer to 70 because they could put everybody on the floor too. So they're really if they only have 40,000 sold, that is really bad. That's really bad.
I'm looking to
That's
see.
Really bad.
So last year, 61,000 for Saturday, 63 for Sunday.
Okay. So I guess I'm wrong about the seating then. I guess they don't have that much seating on the floor.
You got to think a lot of them, like now, I guess they're doing, they did it last year. They're going to have some seats on the stage, like on above the set.
Oh, right. Yeah, the Tron's always super big too, so that wipes out all those seats.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
It's little stuff like that. But do you see some of the other stuff they're doing? Like, I guess did it last year, and they're doing it like they sold spots on Cody's bus. Like you go, you take a tour of Cody. Like $10,000 a pop. $10,000 a pop. $120,000 for that because they got 12 people. And then
this world is getting crazy, bro.
The Miz is going to be marrying 5 couples.
I saw that. I did see that today. I
don't know how much that that's not going to be cheap. I guess they're trying to get copying Bad Bunny from the Super Bowl.
I mean, it makes sense in terms of like, oh, this is Vegas and everybody elopes in Vegas. Like, I guess that makes sense, and it makes sense with the Miz doing it. Like, the only thing funnier now, if it was Danhausen, that shit would.
Well, you
are married.
That would be awesome. I did see.
See, that would be awesome.
No pun intended. Sorry, Miz, but
yeah, right.
I did see they were trying, I guess, to advertise on the spear and literally put Danhausen's face up there on the spear.
I heard that, but I thought that was more of a joke. Yeah, I heard that, but I thought that was
but like the money wise.
Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny to see his face on
that.
But yeah, man,
you not know what it is, and you see this freaking painted face.
Oh my god! You're like,
especially if you're landing,
just like the eyes. Yeah, like just the eyes. That would look cool. That would look cool. But yeah, man. So anything else you want to touch on before we get up out of here?
Yeah, get some rest.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, hopefully not on my end. So yeah,
I've got
staffing issues over here. You have one tomorrow? Yeah, I'm dealing with some staffing issues, so hopefully I won't have to do that, but we'll figure it out. So hopefully we'll be all good. But all right, guys. So thank you so much for checking out the show. We really, really, really do appreciate it, especially D Walker. He's always in the chat, man. So please like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, man, it really helps the algorithms and on all these clips too. Make sure you like and comment on all of them because we're trying to get the word out there. You know what I mean? We just want more people in the chat to ask questions. That's all. That's basically where we're at with it. So we're just having fun. Just two guys, just talking some WWE and then doing weddings on the weekend. So that's what we do. So thank you so much. Appreciate you, D Walker. Thank you so much for tuning in. And then until Monday, I don't know if I'll be here, but David will definitely be here. I'm actually going to be in Milwaukee, so it's like 50-50 if
I'm jealous of that.
There.
I am jealous.
Yeah, we'll see. It is a pretty good show out there in Milwaukee.
Nate was
shout out to Midwest DJs Live.
Nate's been trying to get me out there in Via, but I'm like, it's just like the worst time.
I'm gonna be Kai's actually, who was on our first show and has not been on since. Kai will actually be out there with me, so
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe him and I will skip the party and watch Raw and do the show. So
Nate ain't gonna let Nate have him working. What you talking about?
no, so Kai's on stage DJ, but the Monday Night Party is the spin-off thing that you know what I mean, the little DJ battle thing. So but all right, that's enough DJ talk. Thank you guys so much for checking out the show. Truly appreciate you, and we'll see you Monday after Raw. Until then, after the bell, signing off.